Think about it. When someone's story keeps changing, isn't that usually a sign they're hiding something? Because the truth doesn't need constant editing, only lies do. Now apply that same logic to the way identity has been rewritten here in America. The people now called colored, Negro, black, and eventually African American were never documented as Africans from the beginning. Not on early census records, not on birth certificates, not even in the racial integrity laws. If they truly came from Africa, why didn't the government say so from the start?
Let's just change the name as much as possible to throw you all off so you really don't know what's going on. Let's keep switching the identity to hide the people. Why don't we just keep renaming you? Are you Negro? Oh, no, you're not Negro. No, you're colored. No, you're not colored. You're African American. And this is what they name you. The slavers name you this. Because I know a white guy who grew up in South Africa, and he now lives in America. He is an African American, and more African American than most. Do you see how African American is a misnomer? It's a misnomer. Don't check that box. It's a title given to blacks by democratic slavers. Okay, let's be real. They want you to check the box just like they want the Anglo-Saxon to check the Caucasian box. It's not true.
Our forefathers weren't the pilgrims. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. The rock was landed on us.
Just like they're saying, this black guy got beat to death in Memphis and by these racist cops. Racist cops, huh? All the cops were black. But now it comes out that, the guy was screwing around with one of the cops' ex-wives or ex-girlfriends, something like that. It's like, but when they find out that these counties and especially out in California and everything, they have gangs within these law enforcement groups. And they go around and, because who's going to second guess them? And you wonder why there's, over 60% of the prison population is black. I'm not saying African American because they're not African American. They're the Aboriginals. They were here. No such thing. Because they were the true Native Americans. They're the copper colored race. Look up Dane Calloway and watch his shows. That man, Dane Calloway on YouTube. Oh my God. He is fucking beyond brilliant. The research he does, he goes way deep into this shit. And when you start realizing, it's like, what they, because you'll have people out there saying, it didn't happen to me or this or that. It's like, it did happen to you. We should fucking look at everything and think, you know what? That happened to us. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter what skin color you are, I don't care if you have, whatever.
Everything we've been taught in the American education system is all a lie. Yes, Native Americans weren't the original people of this land. We actually took it from black people. Everything we've been taught in the American education system is all a lie. Yes, Native Americans weren't the original people of this land. We actually took it from black people.
So it feels like this entire COVID, which we know is just a big lie, this whole thing for the last 2 years, really, is it fair to say, Santos, before you go, that this never would have happened if we would have been just more awake and knew where we were? And this, so their ploy so far has played out. They were able to pull off this COVID thing because we've been programmed for so long. Right?
Yes, brother.
Yeah.
Yep, they did a mud flood. They did it. They did some plagues. They did it to the Chinese with opium. They did it to the Australians. They did it to the American Indians with smallpox.
Yep.
They just go into a country, plague the whole place out, and then take over their buildings. New York was already there for thousands of years. San Francisco was there for thousands of years. Los Angeles was there for thousands of years. They were built by the indigenous people who were black and Indians as well.
Whoa.
The black people, they weren't brought over by slaves. They are the original owners of America. Black people,
Wow.
African Americans. They don't come from Africa. They were already here. And Indians as well.
Whoa.
The black people, they weren't brought over by slaves. They are the original owners of America. Black people,
Wow.
African Americans. They don't come from Africa. They were already here, and they plagued them out. And they stole the Smithsonian Institute, which is Jesuit controlled, stole their knowledge, stole their history, and now we're just left wondering who we are, where we come from, where we're going. We don't know anything.
Wow.
Because they did a catastrophe on this earth.
At the same time, millions of Europeans poured in from Ireland, Germany, Italy, Poland, and beyond. And when they arrived, their original national identities were stripped away and replaced with a single label, white or Caucasian. In fact, early American law basically offered only two categories, white or black, and both were social constructs, not real races, not nationalities, not ancestral identities. But here's the difference. Only one group has a documented timeline of forced identity changes. Only one group has been renamed every few decades to fit the political agenda of the time. And that's not by accident. It's because the real story, the true heritage of millions, had to be buried beneath layers of reclassification and confusion. If there was nothing to hide, why does the story keep changing? The truth doesn't need revision, but a lie does.